people of the internet. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you're new, tonight's spooky scary video is brought to you by sleep paralysis demons. Shout out to all of them. Before we get started though, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And if you have your own story that you would like to share with me to read in a future video, make sure to email this email right here, which is also available in the description down below. Also, before we get started, I'm going to read a subscriber's story which they left in the comment section of the Ouija board video, which was the last video. You should totally check it out. Okay, so one day, me and my brother and one of his friends were hanging out. I had gotten a board about a year before, but barely used it. I had the great idea to pull it out for us to use. He had read the rules, you know, like you should have water, candles, whatever you need. We read something that said something about two demons, foreshadowing. Anyways, both times we used the board, both demons showed up. We got pretty scared, so we stopped and put it away. Me and my brother had a fort built in the living room, so it was around 2:30 to 3. My brother hears footsteps. I hate this, but thought it was nothing. Then a few seconds later, he saw hands pressing up against the blanket. He ran upstairs and left me alone. Anyway, now after that, we have never been able to contact with any spirits, but now I always hear footsteps, someone calling my name, seeing people look at me and then look back and nothing. Pretty weird, right? Creepy, but I'm so happy you're safe. But I am also sorry that you are now living with Ouija board side effects. I hope that goes away. Now, on to a different type of demon. Sleep paralysis demons. The first story says, I've been having the same dream regularly since I was a kid. I wake up and I'm in my bed. There's someone in the house. I can hear the footsteps moving around, coming up the stairs slowly. If I stay still, maybe the person won't come for me. I can hear him coming down the hall and I can see his shadow. He's a minotaur. He has a knife and he's coming for me. I scream. I wake up relieved, except there's someone at the bedroom door, and this time I can't scream. The next story says, I get sleep paralysis quite a lot, but you don't get used to it. It's just intense pressure holding you down. I can't speak. I can usually see the shadow of a dark figure out of the corner of my eye, but I can't turn my head to look at it. That's pretty terrifying. Luckily for me, my partner is now used to this, and we have a code. I start breathing really quickly and loudly, and if he notices that, then he helps me snap out of it. That's a good man's. It happens every time I fall asleep on my back. I wake up and I can't tell if my eyes are open or shut, but I can see my whole room. A dark presence is lurking on top of my wardrobe, and as soon as I notice it, I try to scream, but I can't scream and I can't move. The darkness slithers down the side of my wardrobe, across the floor, and looms over the end of my bed. Then it creeps all over me, trying to invade every orifice. I feel an immense pressure like it pinned me down and is pushing its way into my ears, eyes, and mouth. The darkness then screams a terrible screech into my face, and I try to scream back until eventually I manage to jerk my head and everything disappears, and I'm alone in the darkness. It is the most terrifying experience. The next story. I get it when I have too much sleep. The only time I was really freaked out was when I thought I could hear chatter in the background. Then I could feel someone lay next to me sleeping. no one there. Took me a while to get back to sleep that night. With each story, my heart just clenches up. I get it every now and then, but I know how to deal with it now. Good for you. The absolute worst was when I was staying in a hotel with my boyfriend at the time. I remember trying to scream and move, anything to get his attention, but nothing I did would make a sound. It was terrifying. Then I got up to tell him what happened and he pulled it upright and strangled me. And then I finally woke up, incredibly shaken but glad it wasn't real. Honestly, one of the scariest situations in my life, and it wasn't even reality. Girl. For a second, I really thought her man was trying to kill her. Like, I wonder if this played into why they're not together today. The first time it happened to me was when I went for a nap during the day. I was lying on my side, facing away from my door, when I woke up to the sound of my door closing. I tried to turn around to see who had come into my room, but I couldn't move. My eyes were wide with terror. I could see everything in my room. I heard this thing walk around my room, then it sat on my bed, and I could feel the bed dip from its weight. It then shuffled toward me, and it felt like it began to spoon me. It was extremely tall. I was trying to move so hard, but I was just lying still. The thing started breathing on my neck and tickling my back. It then stood up and left after a few minutes. This was the most terrifying thing that has ever happened to me. This sleep paralysis demon sounds very lonely. If a sleep paralysis demon ever... No. I don't even want to think about it. I started experiencing sleep paralysis during the exam period of my first year at university. A very stressful time for me. The first time it happened, I woke up with the feeling I was being suffocated. My bed was literally swallowing me up. The more I panicked, the faster my pulse and breathing became, the quicker I was disappearing into the bed. I couldn't move a muscle, and my attempts to scream were silent. After I calmed myself down, I kind of drifted out of my paralyzed sleep and woke up completely. The second time it happened, I awoke to see a very tall man standing by my door holding something behind his back and moving towards me very slowly. Once again, I couldn't move and couldn't make a sound. The next story says, once I fell asleep on the couch watching some detective show. I woke up and sat up, and I was completely out of my body. I kept trying to lay back down into my body and wake myself up, but I stayed asleep. I stood up and looked out the back door, and it was completely dark outside. I went to the opposite side of the room to look out the front window, and it was bright and sunny, and there was a little old lady sitting under a tree by a lake. I was like, what the fuck? I spent the next 10 minutes laying down, then sitting back up, trying to attach myself back to my body, and I shake myself awake. I thought if I didn't get back in, my body would die and my soul would just wander. I didn't want to leave my living room. Is this technically lucid dreaming? Right? No? Yes? Maybe. I see manifestations of horror in my bedroom at least once a week, from random people chilling on a chair at the bottom of my bed, to creepy old ladies, to swarms of flying ants or bats. The worst thing I saw was someone hanging right above my head. I couldn't move. I wanted to cry. I couldn't sleep in my room for a few days after that. The next story says, I got sleep paralysis a couple of times when I was a kid, and it became really bad in my second year of university. I would wake up unable to move and feeling something sitting on my chest. It worse when I started to see things, always in the corner of my room. A dark figure I knew was watching me. Sometimes it would whisper things, which of course freaked me out. One time I was dragged down the bed by this dark figure, unable to stop it, but I managed to force myself awake. When we moved out of the house, after the second year, the sleep paralysis stopped, and I've only since had 2 episodes. The next story. The first time it happened, I remember waking and an enormous pressure bearing down on me, and a loud, almost deafening buzz sound in my ears. I felt threatened, as though some malevolent, demonic presence was hovering above me, trying to possess me, trying to force itself into my body. I was unable to fight it off. I can remember trying to speak, to tell it to go away, to leave me alone, and that I wouldn't let it have me. Eventually, the sound in my ears faded away, and I was able to move again. At the time, I didn't really know what sleep paralysis was. It wasn't until I stumbled upon an article about it that I realized that I was suffering from it. Although I now know that I'm not actually being attacked by some demonic force. It's absolutely terrifying when you're stuck in the moment and unable to do anything except for wait for it to end. I get sleep paralysis 4 to 5 times a year. It happens mostly when I fall asleep during the day. I have vague, non-specific dreams, usually involving threat or danger. It's accompanied by a feeling of extreme dread, which then escalates into outright terror. I tend to have auditory hallucinations. The voice will be clear, and I'll hear it as if somebody's standing right next to me. I know I'm asleep, but the voice is real. Sometimes I also see a figure standing nearby. I try to scream, but I can't make a sound. I'll try to run, but I can't move. Somewhere in my mind, I'm aware I'm asleep, but I cannot wake up or move. I'm pinned down. The only way to come around is to let the terror overwhelm me, and then I slowly come to. I don't wake up violently, thrashing, screaming, or sweating. I'm calm, but it takes me a couple of hours to feel normal again. It isn't the same as a nightmare. The feelings with sleep paralysis are profoundly intense, but based on a non-specific threat. There's no monster, no axe murderer, no terrible accident. Just you, alone, with your fears, and unable to escape it. The next story. I was living at home with my mom. I was so unwell, so I was in bed all day. My mom was home with me, and I must have fallen asleep as I never heard her open my bedroom door or walk across the room. But I felt her weight sit on the bed beside me. I heard her pick up my water, as if checking if I needed a refilling, and felt her brush the hair from my face. And then, all of a sudden, I was being choked. I felt hands around my neck. I couldn't open my eyes, as if they were glued shut, and I tried to raise my arms to break free, but it was as if they were being nailed to the mattress. I struggled to breathe and felt myself getting lightheaded. Then, all of a sudden, it went, and I could open my eyes and move again. My mom was nowhere to be seen. She was upstairs at the neighbor's house. Okay, sorry, I just got chills. And that was both because the story was scary and the AC is on. I once had a woman in black experience after watching the film, where I woke with a heavy weight on my chest, and in the corner of my eye I could see someone at the end of my bed. The figure had a very large hat and a black cape alarms wouldn't work. When I came around, I burst into tears. One of the most terrifying experiences I've ever had, and I still to this day can't go to sleep on my back. That was 3 years ago. The next story. I've just had two experiences of sleep paralysis. The first time, there were just different faces coming towards me. No bodies, just faces. Terrifying. The second time, I had been having a vivid nightmare about being burgled. And when I went into sleep paralysis, I saw a man crouching beside my bed wearing a red checkered skirt who was brandishing a knife. I've never concentrated so hard on blinking. The experiences felt like they lasted forever, but must have only been a minute at most. The next story is only a couple of sentences, and it says, I've woken up countless times in the night to see a man standing in my room. It's either a bald guy or a guy wearing a fedora hat. Their sleep paralysis demon is Neo. I'm ending this video on that note. That's the scariest one yet. Could you imagine? God, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Leave me a comment, and if you have your own spooky, scary story, like that one, make sure to email this email right here, which is also available in the description down below. Have you guys ever had sleep paralysis? I still to this day don't know if I was experiencing sleep paralysis as a child or if that was just a reoccurring nightmare. Or it could have been both, but anytime I would nap in the basement on the green leather couch, I would see a shadow man